to the addicted and unchained. The name 12, the last, is the gauge of the blast. Hear me out, it's all about the game. The YouTube streets ain't got no shame. There are beggars, grifters, betties too. Just a lot of confusion, whatever it do. From missing kids to people being butchered in the night. Many lost in these chats without a fight. 12 gauge, listen up fast. The beat of the heart will melt your cast. It's the crown of the champ, the image of the might. Get your ass ready, because here comes the might. There are beggars, grifters, betties too. Just a lot of confusion, whatever it do. From missing kids to people being butchered in the night. Many lost in these chats without a fight. Listen to the words that run from my mic. There will be knowledge, your facts delight. You don't get it, you think I'm the brash. Listen to the ones that you just throw away your cash. 12, 12, 12, can you remember the name? It's about a sinister shadow in the dark to ruin your sleep. With
on location of your emergency.
Hi, something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what.
In plain sight. But 12 gauge brings it to light. Open case, the story fades to black. Cold wind through the courthouse, the evidence stacked. Mysterious whispers, facts twisting the rain. Trials and tears, fingerprints and pain. 12 gauge, the truth on the line. Unsolved hearts, and the edge of time. Through the light, we illuminate the signs. Justice speaks when the silence binds. Headlights flash on the long-forgotten road. Photographs of faces, stories left untold. DNA and alibis, the gavel falls again. Every clue a heartbeat, every word a sin. Facts and fiction dance in disguise, but we're chasing the proof where the cold truth lies. From the old gate files to the breaking news, we follow every lead till the trail bleeds through. 12 gauge, Ace still on the grind. Mystery meets the mastermind.
Come on in, let's get ready to do this. My name is 12 Gauge. All right. Happy Monday to you all. Happy Indigenous Day, Columbus Day, whatever you want to celebrate. My name is 12 Gauge. Welcome to my channel, 12 Gauge Investigative. This is your first time here. Thank you so much for being here. If you've been here before, thank you for coming and supporting the channel. I do ask one thing of you. If you enjoy the content or you just enjoy the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Because the more people we get out there knowing about the channel, the more we continue to grow. If you missed the part 1 the other day of the Smiley Face Killers, it's in my library, so feel free to go in there and watch the part 1. It is quite interesting, and we do have another situation in Houston and the bayou areas where multitudes of individuals continue to pop up. And, you know, it's not a good thing when you have bodies being found in the bayous, one right after the other. Karmic retribution. How you doing? Never seen you before, but nice of you to be here. Well, I'm going to continue playing the the video that I was playing the other day, and this was made by the Paranormal Files. So if you get a chance, go ahead and go like, subscribe, and give them some likes because they work pretty damn hard, obviously. Because this streaming stuff is not easy, no matter what people make you believe, and it does cost money. It does cost money. I am not grifting by any means, but if you want to leave a tip and you have a Cash App account, there is a link up at the top, and toward the end of the video, I will be posting the American Heart Association link so that you can donate there if you choose to do so. I guess everybody is getting the notifications because they're starting to come in. Thank you all for being here. Texas, Aquarius. I don't know if you guys were watching the other day, but we're going to pick up where we left off. And here we go.
Commonly comes as a sort of clear liquid. GHB is a popular drug amongst criminals because with just a small amount of it, they can render a person almost unconscious. For years, predators have been drugging their victims with GHB in order to knock them out so that they could assault them. Hence its nickname, the date drug. It's commonly known that GHB is an incredibly potent substance that can put the person who takes it into an almost comatose state, where they have no control over their bodily functions and no memory afterwards. In fact, on the website betterhealth.vic.gov, the effects of GHB.
And another thing about GHB, if you've never been around it or had any inclination with anybody around it, it does heat up your body. It causes your body to overheat. Kind of like MDA does, but I've heard that GHB does give you a overheating feeling in your body system. So that explains a lot of these individuals who are found without their clothing or some of their clothes are missing. If they are overheating, maybe they're even jumping into the water to cool off and not realizing that that is a fatal mistake.
GHB are listed as being relaxation, drowsiness, sociability, euphoria, lack of inhibition, increased sex drive, heightened sensitivity to touch, dizziness, vomiting, tremors, tunnel vision, loss of coordination, confusion, irritation and agitation, hallucinations, blackouts and memory lapses, seizures, coma, respiratory arrest, and death. So as you can see, it's a horrifically powerful drug that, if administered to an unwilling party, could render someone completely defenseless.
That does sound correct. If somebody is taking that, all that side effects that he just listed could very well lead somebody into eventually passing out, dying, and ending up in a river, pond, bayou, you name it.
It's believed that the smiley face killers are fond of using this drug to knock out their victims, and I've recently covered a story eerily similar to this one. In the last few years in Austin, Texas, over 25 young men have been murdered, and it's suspected that they were administered doses of GHB before they were abducted and then killed. Just like in the case of Chris Jenkins, these men in Austin have been going missing after a night spent drinking in downtown Austin, and they're then found a day or a few days later in Lady Bird Lake. And it's commonly believed in the Austin cases that some, if not all of the victims, are being administered doses of GHB immediately before their disappearances. Yeah. But back to Chris. Interestingly, Chris wasn't the only one who had allegedly been drugged while drinking at the Lone Tree Bar. In fact, after Chris vanished, another individual came forward and testified that he had visited the same bar months earlier, and that he had reportedly fallen ill after consuming a single drink that was...
So if you guys are out and about and you continue to go to these bars where, college kids frequent or whatever, even if they don't, be on the lookout. Don't leave your drinks unattended. Try to watch the bartender pouring your drink if you can. And never take an open container from anyone. Let's see what this person says. It really fucked up your sight too and motor skills. Like you can fully hear and think right, but trying to see straight to function is another story. I have firsthand personal experience of being given this by a close friend, and that's someone I trusted. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
served to him there. According to this victim,
Sorry
after
that
being brought
happened
to the
to you.
hospital, it was found that he had high levels of GHB in his system. GHB that he was convinced had been served to him in a spiked drink at the Lone Tree Bar. In a strange twist, in 2005, an imprisoned man who was at the time incarcerated in the Minnesota prison system confessed to witnessing Chris's death and claimed on the record that it had allegedly occurred during a botched mugging. According to the prisoner's account, Chris was targeted but had no valuables on him due to his costume's lack of pockets. This enraged the man's accomplice, who then allegedly pushed Chris over a bridge. Eventually, like I mentioned before, the authorities in Minneapolis changed their ruling on Chris's death, stating that he had actually been murdered. The statement from the Minneapolis police chief at the time, a man named Tim Dolan, went as follows: "We made an assumption, and because of that assumption, we probably caused pain. Well, I know we caused pain in the Jenkins family, more pain than they had to suffer and than they already suffered. And for that, for the Minneapolis Police Department, I want to apologize to the Jenkins family." End quote. In 2007, authorities in Minneapolis, after gathering some evidence, presented a suspect to the county attorney, but no charges were filed due to insufficient evidence. And there have been no real developments since. The real killer or killers who ended Chris's life are still wandering out there amongst the public, free as a bird. But this story gets weirder. Chris wasn't the only young athletic male to have gone missing after drinking at a local bar, who ended up dead in a nearby body of water that fall/winter. You see, just a few days after Chris went missing, on November 6, 2002, Michael Knoll, a 22-year-old University of Wisconsin student, disappeared after celebrating his birthday in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Shortly after, on November 9th, Josh Gumand, a 20-year-old student from Collegeville, Minnesota, went missing after leaving a gathering of friends. These three young men vanished within a 100-mile radius of Minneapolis, sharing similar...
See, so I am presenting this because I want to think about a little bit about the variations of people just going missing within a certain area where they were last seen. You know, like if you were last seen with your friends and 100 yards, boom, you're gone. What the heck happened to you in that limited amount of time? Because that's not a lot of time and it's not a lot of distance. So, is somebody watching for people to be wandering around? Is there somebody sitting in their car watching? What is really going on in these cases?
physical traits, ages, and circumstances. On the nights of their disappearances, they had attended nighttime parties or gatherings located near bodies of water, and they had all disappeared after spending the night drinking. And still, there are no explanations in the deaths of any of these three men. So, you have this young man who is found in the river. There's some weird inconsistencies with the case. Nobody wants to look at this thing as a murder. Obviously, I've seen this in Austin, even with my friend who was beaten almost to death and found on the side of the river. It's always an accident. How did it go for you guys from this one case to, constructing this whole theory? What was the next step?
The next step was he was doing research, and we discovered the Chris Jenkins case in Minneapolis. And that case has glaring inconsistencies in that case, and with their supposed events from that night. He went missing it was October 31st, so it was Halloween. He went to a party at a local bar there in Minneapolis, and then they claimed that he came out and he was all stumbly, which he was, but not because he was drunk, because we feel he was drugged. Walked across the bridge and fell off the bridge into the river. Now that right there.
So even in Austin, in the Ladybird murders, they do say that a lot of these individuals are disorientated. They're not walking coherently. They're stumbling around, and the last thing they see is the individual just acting shady. So if this is happening to these individuals, what exactly is being put in their drink to make them so disorientated? And if you've ever been around people that drink and are intoxicated, there's a different types of intoxication. If somebody's intoxicated, generally that they're intoxicated. They're slurring, they're not really stumbling around. I mean, they could be, but most of the time they have a fairly decent gait. I mean, they're not incapable of walking. And a lot of these I'm picturing that these individuals are incapable of walking very far without almost doing a face plant. You know what I mean? That's my perception.
There, we proved that was wrong. There's no way that happened because there's a Federal Reserve Bank right there on one side of the bridge that has cameras. We viewed the cameras. He's not seen ever crossing that bridge. And he was found months later stuck in some river debris with the level of GHB that was found in his system. There's no way that it all happened.
Why do you think Minneapolis was kind of a hub? Because you had Chris Jenkins, Jelani Brinson. I can't recall if there were more victims there, but it seems like that was kind of like a point they were at with the other people too.
We had interviewed a guy in prison, and in court documents, because he's now in prison for life, because he got convicted of a homicide in another city nearby, Minneapolis. There was a group called the Dealers of Death, and they would go out and they're victims, sometimes for fun, sometimes in a weird way for rewards or and that was in and around Minneapolis at that time.
So it was like a loosely knit kind of group of murderers?
Well, there were two main leaders, and pretty much these kids were wayward kids that they went to a community center, and that's how they met these kids. They met them, recruited them, and they offered them in a weird way like a family. You know, these kids were loners and on the edge of, in the fringe of, in trouble, and that's how they recruited them. And again, it's in court documents that one of the witnesses who was part of the group admitted to how many members are in it. Not to say that he admitted to killing a lot of people, but based on the information that we got, they were a whole part of it, and that was in the Minneapolis area.
So do you think
Oh, wow. See, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that, not one time. And this is interesting. This is interesting that they have such a collaborated cult almost, where their main goal is just going and killing people. I've never heard of that. Let me know in the chat if you've heard of this group or their perspective in life.
they're responsible for both Jelani and Chris Jenkins?
I'm not sure about Jelani, if it's them directly, but them and the ideology that they believe in, I believe that was part of it for Jelani. And they were two different guys that helped run the group, and the two different leaders had two separate ideologies with the same main goal of getting a victim. And it has to do with particular dates and signs. And one of the recurring signs we found was a smiley face. And that's not the most prominent one, but however, when we first brought it forward, the press got a hold of it, and they blew it up, the smiley face killers. So that's just one of the different graffitis that we found.
But before we continue with the interview, I wanted to get on the ground and head out into the real world with this investigation. So we headed to Minneapolis, Minnesota to walk the path of the victim and some of the murderers in person.
See, this is what I like about this guy. He's getting out and being boots on the ground. He's showing you exactly what the last known steps of these individuals was, and you're able to see exactly the surroundings of the areas. I appreciate stuff like that. I wish I had the time to be boots on the ground. I would do true crime just like this.
So right now, our first stop on this extended smiley face killer investigation has taken us here into the heart of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Right here is the area where Christopher's body was found. We've already discussed that case, October 31st, 2002. He went missing. We got everybody here. We're about to walk down to the area near where his body was found. I couldn't find exact coordinates, but it was somewhere right in this little area. And we're gonna see if any spirits or energies know anything about what happened to Christopher Jenkins. I want to state outright once again, when we do these videos, we're not specifically trying to contact a victim. We're not trying to contact anybody in specific. We're just here seeking answers and searching for the truth. So these are the tools and investigative methods that we've been using for 10 years here on YouTube. And this is what we do best. So we're genuinely trying to put effort and care into this investigation because we do care about this stuff. And I do believe that there's more malice behind these accidental drownings than what the official story states. So Connor, We did the Austin serial killer video together, which is very similar to this.
Oddly similar.
Feels
Karmic Retribution. I didn't realize you were a creator. Go ahead and drop your link in there. That way we know where to go and find your channel. And if it's okay with you, maybe one live I can share some of your stuff and maybe give some feedback on it or whatever, or maybe even have you up on my panel. Go ahead and drop your link. That way my subs can go and check out your channel and I can go and check it out later on. Yeah, that is true. If you're able to go and be boots on the ground as you're investigating a crime, which I've done a couple, but I just don't have the time to go all over, where I want to go. But if you have the time to go and be boots on the ground and show your audience exactly where these areas are, man, that's 100% right there. That's 100% win-win.
like we're right back out there again.
With a bridge.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very similar.
I mean, the only difference was that it was insanely hot outside. That scared
I
me.
thought that was a coyote. It's a drunk person. But Mary and Jeff, you guys, this is your first kind of investigation, conspiracy style, like you've been doing recently.
It is.
What do you guys think about all this stuff?
It's so interesting, and you just feel terrible for the victims. These are horrible deaths, so it's just, I think it'll be interesting just to see if we get any answers at all or responses.
Yeah, you've got so many things that you guys investigate like this. It's going to be interesting just to kind of be part of it.
Yeah.
See what it feels like, and
Yeah.
see if you get. I don't know if you get any answers, but bring awareness to it.
Right.
And we grew up, or I grew up with you guys coming to Minneapolis all the time. Did you have any idea that this sort of a thing existed here?
No way.
No.
We just
Never heard about it. Actually.
No, for
Ever.
fun and Mall of America, nothing.
And most
like
people
this.
would not be thinking about that come here. We come for fun and not to talk about.
So tell me what y'all believe about the Chris Jenkins case. Do you believe that did happen, that they tried to rob him? He didn't have money on him because of the costume. They beat him up, threw him over the bridge, and now at the end of that. Do you believe that that's what happened to Chris Jenkins? And Javori, do you believe that could have been the same situation?
Unsolved murders.
Now that we're here,
Now we're going to talk about unsolved murders.
everybody's going to be talking about these unsolved murders.
Let's hope.
Oh, good.
We just don't want to be one of them. Since we're here tonight.
Never know.
I know. I'm looking
Hey,
around.
Kel.
Well,
Okay.
let's walk over there, guys.
Happy Indigenous Day.
Also kind of makes you think of Joe Matheny.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that 100%.
What's the significance with killers and bridges?
I don't know. It's weird, though. Wait, what?
Yeah, with a knife.
Look at this.
That's bizarre.
Would it go down, from down, up, or what?
Yeah, it's up, down. So.
In danger with a knife?
With a knife in
Okay,
danger.
with a knife.
Maybe
in
like
danger.
abducted by someone.
Oh
with a
yeah, I
knife.
mean that would be.
I don't know why it doing the handles again. I tell you, YouTube or StreamYard's always tripping, bro. Always tripping.
Is there any graffiti here of the smiley face?
Well, look how dark that area is. So this is the area where Chris Jenkins supposedly was found. So if he was pushed off this bridge, we're going to see exactly how dark it is. So that's what these individuals are doing. They're rewalking the Chris Jenkins case.
The graffiti is like a smiley face.
There is some graffiti. Item 78.
I mean, once again, though, kind of like Austin.
It's a walking path.
Yeah. What I was going to say is when we worked with the families of the victims in Austin, these men keep drowning, and it's like a thing that has continuously happened.
Right.
And in Austin, they've done absolutely nothing to actually improve the walkability of the paths. They haven't put safety rails up, no lights, no trail cameras. Same in this area. I mean, if there's it's a double edged sword. Like, you could just stumble off here and hit your head and fall down into the river and accidentally die.
That's true.
Or if there's a serial killer around here, it'd be...
I mean, think about it. If you are a little bit intoxicated, and once again, not everybody has the understanding of intoxication. There's a difference between being intoxicated on chemicals and intoxicated on alcohol and intoxicated on drugs, okay? Alcohol intoxication, there's a lot of people that are coherent enough to walk. They're not stumbling. It isn't the blurry vision, all that stuff. It is very clear and very, they're able to get around. As far as drugs, I mean, I don't know, unless it's a psychedelic or something, you would be able to be clear as well, pretty much. Depending on the toxicity, though, would be the avenue in which you would be fading in and out. GHB, though, as they say, and roofies and things like that, it would be giving you the drowsiness, the feeling of losing your sense of balance, your surroundings. It's just very, very, very strong, and before you know it, you're out. So it would be almost like anesthesia, that feeling of anesthesia, I would say. Like, you know how strong they tell you, count down from 100? You count down 199, boom, next thing you know, you're waking up in the recovery room. So I would think that it would be the same concept. You wouldn't have the ability to fight it off. But like I said, I've never had that experience, so I'm just guessing right now.
It's easy to just pull your car over and come dump a body. Like, there's no cameras, it's pitch black. Imagine coming out here in 2002. Would have been very easy.
It says the shadows.
You don't know the shadows? In danger. You don't know the shadows.
So it's like shadows. So, you don't know
right.
what's here. You could stumble and fall. Or...
Right. Well, we're going to do a spirit box here, and then we're going to do an Estes. To anybody who's out here, any spirits or energies, we're just coming to talk to you because we want to figure out
right wing
what happened to Christopher Jenkins. He was the man whose body was found here in a indigenous costume after being missing on Halloween. If you know anything about that, please come and speak with us.
FM.
My name's Colin.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Mary.
My name's Connor.
All right. Does anybody around here know the name Christopher Jenkins? Posers. Do you know the name Christopher Jenkins?
Can you tell us how old Christopher was?
See, I don't have a clue what they're doing right now. He said something about a spirit box. So I have no clue what a spirit box is or what's going on, but hopefully let's get a little past this a little bit. Because I don't know if I really agree with that. If you agree with that, you can go back and watch this. Let's go for it.
Was actually founded. And this is just kind of eerie. Down here, this looks like some sort of like a shack someone's constructed with a roof over it, which is eerie. But it's 2024 right now. Yeah, I think this video is going to be coming out in 2025, but it's November 24th. And there's nobody down here. There are no pedestrians. It's a Friday night at like 9:30 right now. Prime time for people to be out. There's nobody fucking down here. So imagine back in the early 2000s, there would have been nobody down here. And this area has seen a lot of revitalization, so it would be a lot darker, a lot less traffic, and there's already no traffic. So, I mean, we could right now have pulled up and been pulling a body out and putting it right here, and we could have been gone already. It's weird, but we're going to do an Estes method. If you've never watched our videos before, you've never seen paranormal investigating, an Estes method is where you listen to the spirit box that we were just taking audio from, You cover your eyes, you wear headphones, and then the people outside of the Estes ask questions, and I'm going to be listening to the audio and reading back what I hear. So, you guys ready? All right.
What do y'all think about spirit boxes? Do y'all agree with them? Do you disagree? I don't know enough about them to really understand them. The first time I'm being exposed to it, so let's kind of go along with it. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. All right. I'm rolling.
All right, to anybody that's here with us right now, we're looking for information about the Smiley face killer. Or killer.
44.
There was 44 victims? None.
Me too. Right behind. You.
Can you tell me, was Christopher found right over here?
4 or 5 feet of water. Toe to toe. 1 of 12.
Can you tell us the name of one of the victims?
The lazy guy.
Was that the killer?
In Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin.
Was the killer from Wisconsin?
There was over 20.
There's over 20 killers involved?
Jesus wants death. Check the university.
A lot of the victims were university students.
Right.
Nothing to worry about.
Have any of the killers been caught?
Took him by knife.
Right. What did they do to him?
Purchasing them.
They're buying them?
As you can tell, they're asking these questions to the spirit box, and I guess the spirit box is answering through the headphones, and he's verbalizing what he's hearing. And one of the statements was, check the university. Wow. I heard that one loud and clear. Check the university.
Right.
Were all of the victims drugged?
We only like the pretties.
So
And weed.
why would you only attack the pretty guys?
Do the breaststroke.
Making them slim?
Wow.
Why were they positioned?
Evidence. Okay.
That one said, do the breaststroke. Wow.
Excuses, excuses. Trident. Johnny and Byron go for a swim.
Are there still people being murdered by the smiley face killers?
A whole network.
How many people of the killers killed?
Water-based.
Did they dump their bodies in the river? No,
It's huge. It's free.
Maybe a naval connection?
It freezes.
Is there a connection to the Navy, maybe?
I don't like you. It's okay.
I think this is in Wisconsin. He said it's freeze.
No.
Did they,
Push the limit.
how many different states did they dump the killings happen in?
A little death.
What symbol did the killer leave to identify him?
Patrick's his name. Oh, that was creepy.
Was that one of the victims?
In the something basin.
See, I don't know about you guys, but this would trip me out too bad. I don't know. I could not do this. This would trip me out too bad. Especially after you ask a question, there's an answer that comes. It's like, whoa, what? The spirit just all around you right now?
Alcohol testing.
Can you tell me were all the victims drugged?
Whips! The whole lot of them.
Did they torture the victims?
Well, you bet it, honey.
That's creepy.
Oh, and then like a laugh again, like what we were hearing before. Chicago.
Are the killers still out there?
Sounds like a lot of fun. See the mural. Maybe a smiley face.
Ooh, that's weird.
Come here. Come or get boozy.
Is there more victims than people know?
They're coming up with every theory. Think about what that would implicate. See the mural. There's many of us.
So why were they leaving an indigenous word? Sinsinawa.
It was satanic.
It's satanic?
Okay.
Wow, it was satanic.
Oh, and I heard church music.
So were these for satanic rituals?
Just kidding. Oh, that was clear. Like a man again. The kind of same laughing man. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the theory. It's like a whole underground network.
I'm going. Oh, what the fuck this up?
Who are we talking to?
We knocked out quite a few of them.
Is there a connection to the dark web?
Yeah, ho!
Wow. I got goosebumps just Jesus.
Tor.
So can you tell us how many people are involved?
Front yard. There are more from others or something. Some engineering.
Do the people of this area still need to be worried?
Don't buy into the fear. Straight up get them.
And is this man?
They got it on video.
Were they
Yeah.
taping the killers?
Tore me open.
Are they filming these murders?
Every once in a while.
Were they making snuff films?
They were done.
So they were making.
I mean, these people are right there by the water. I mean, and they're asking these questions. I would be kind of leery. I'd be looking around, making sure I have some bodyguards while I'm doing this spirit box. I don't know about y'all.
Snuff films
My little
sell
boy.
on the dark web.
5 of them.
Is
Fire.
that why they wanted good-looking guys that were fit?
Calm down, lady.
Oh,
I am calm.
wow.
Knife point.
Some of them were.
Some of them.
Some of them were openly gay.
You get what you pay for.
So you get what you pay.
Look.
So they were finding boys. in
Ew, I just
bars.
heard my son.
Oh.
So they were finding boys in
Parkinson's.
bars, drugging them, getting them at knife point, like
Words
using
of the
them,
wise.
and then killing them on film.
Oh my God. Killer, killer, killer. 3 times.
God.
Killer, killer, killer.
Wow. Killer, killer, killer.
It's actually really creepy.
Boom. Is this network still in operation?
This isn't a question.
Did they take them by knife point? Did they...
Hey, Billy.
Oh.
This program's whatever you want.
No. The killers did
Yeah.
Ooh, taken in a car.
Because even they were saying about that one victim, he was safe
Drowning
from
his
getting in a car,
equipment.
before, and then they still were ended up like finding him again. So like
Taken
someone
in a
was like, "Oh,
car."
that's the one that I learned.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The man.
They said taken in a car. I'm gonna rehash a little bit of what we did in the other video. In the other video, they did dogs. They had dogs track his movement, and wherever he went missing from, the dogs tracked his scent to a parking garage, and then they lost his scent after that. So if he was taken by car, that does make a whole lot of sense right there.
Is there anything we can do to help stop these crimes?
Surf. Brain.
Is there anyone we should talk to about this?
Come on, she's looking at me. The camera work is nice. Oh, love the beauty. Hazel. Bye bye. Anything? Oh, I just heard Tim.
Wait. Yeah, for sure. So is it all boys that are involved?
It's a full house. You know that he did it. Oh, he's hiding.
So there's a lot of corruption tied into this case?
Come in.
Well, to whoever's out here...
Why did you stop trying?
We're not stopping to try. We're not stop trying. We will not stop trying.
On the exam table.
We're trying to expose this and expose the truth.
It's that person said corruption. Let's speed this up a little bit.
Ten seconds to do this now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So go comment. You can comment multiple times. It helps the video so much. But anyways, let's get back to today's video. Thank you for listening to my little spiel. I love you guys so much, and stay spooky. So what you just saw was absolutely incredible. Our evidence seemed to be pointing to the fact that yes, there were multiple people involved in the death of Chris Jenkins, and that they had done unspeakable things to him before he died. Now, I just want to remind everybody here that what we're doing is simply investigating with the methods that we know, or at least renew interest in them enough to make local law enforcement want to take another, closer look. And I want you to consider the similarities. Jelani Brinson leaves his house, no one knows where he's going. The dogs pick up his scent, they find pieces of his clothing, and somehow, inexplicably, days later, he's discovered in a body of water. And remember, in Jelani's case, his socks were completely clean, so the authorities said it looked like he was placed there. Then you have Chris Jenkins from a few years before that, who disappeared under very similar circumstances. Nobody knew where he went. The scent dogs tracked him to a weird location, there was a bar connection, and he ended up in a body of water as well. Authorities also said it looked like he had been placed in there versus drowned. So leaving Minnesota after that night, I knew that something still wasn't right. We still weren't done here. There's still so much left unsaid, so many leads still left uninvestigated, so many pieces of evidence in these drowning deaths with no good practical explanation. And so we decided to wait another month, then pick it up and head to La Crosse, Wisconsin, where Kevin and Tony have gathered some of the clearest evidence of the existence of the Smiley Face Killer cult to date. In La Crosse, Wisconsin, over
La Crosse, Wisconsin.
the past almost 30 years since 1997, there have been 11 young men who have drowned or died under suspicious circumstances, whose bodies have been discovered in the nearby Mississippi and Black Rivers. The first drowning was that of 19-year-old Richard Hlavity, who, when visiting his brother James in La Crosse, was chased with his brother to the river from the corner of 3rd and Pearl Street in town by a group of attackers. James escaped the ordeal, but sadly, Richard did not. His body was then found in the water shortly afterwards, and the attackers were never identified.
So that's interesting. Think about, maybe there is a gang of people out there that are just waiting for somebody to be intoxicated, somebody to target. You know, maybe these people have individuals in the bars to pick out a target. And with social media these days, all you need is a cell phone. You can just text somebody, take a picture of somebody, say, this is our target for tonight. Next thing you know, you have people waiting outside. This person walks off or kicked out of the bar, whatever. And bam, next thing you know, they're being chased, and many end up in the river. It says police. Man drowned in the river may have been attacked.
Identified. Then, in that same year, there was Charles Blatz, a 28-year-old UW Platteville student who was visiting La Crosse for Oktoberfest celebrations. He was last seen headed downtown to hit the bars before he vanished. 5 days later, he was found floating in the river with a BAC of 0.31%. Next, during that same year of 1997, it was 19-year-old Tony Skifton who died. Tony disappeared after leaving a party at 525th Avenue on October 5th, 1997, and was last.
Well, let me ask you guys in the chat, if there's anybody left in the chat, let me ask you this and tune in, okay? Chime in, I mean. Many times people assume that these killers are male. Could there be a group of women that are targeting men and killing them? I ask you that question because it's not without reason.
Seen walking near a footbridge at a local park. His body was found 5 days later in the river with a BAC of 0.23%. We actually visited the location where Tony's body was found. Take a look.
You see that person that was over there right when we pulled up? There's a car parked right there, right when we pulled up. You can see their lights over there if you film it.
Thanks for that, Texas.
This is eerie, man. It is. So in the water's right beneath me right now, this is where the body of Tony Skifton was found. Tony went missing in October of 1997 after leaving a party way far away from this location, and he was found days later in the river. Now, Tony fit the victim profile perfectly. He was, an attractive young male in really good shape. He had a promising career ahead of him. He was getting an education, and he once again vanished and then was found days later with no explanation really being given for what happened in the...
I mean, a lot of times in these